Hey angels, how are we doing today? Welcome once again to my channel and my page, because this video is going to be posted on both YouTube and Facebook, because I know that I have different followings on these two platforms. So this is a popular demand and a whole lot of people reached out to me. Some people commented on some of my videos, while others sent me a message in my inbox saying, Evangel, how did you go about obtaining visa, study visa for you and your family? What are the necessary preparations we need to make because they want to follow the same study route? Today I've decided to make this video. It's going to be a whole long video, so I'm not going to just make it in just one sitting. It has to be like different parts. So if you're watching this first part, make sure you follow up by watching the second part, the third part, the fourth part, depending how many it's going to be. So but definitely it's not just going to be only these parts, okay? And meanwhile, if you're not following me on Facebook, you're missing, because I've done like some series on how you will get admitted into school, the necessary requirements, how to go about it. So by now I feel a whole lot of people must have gotten their decision, the admission or application decision, and some who have not gotten should wait till January, end of January. Some decisions might even come by February, March, and April. That is late decision. That is if you're coming here to study for fall semester 2025. If you have gotten your admission decision or your application decision, it means that the next thing on your list is to prepare for visa interview. For other countries like Canada, UK, Australia, I doubt if they do interviews, but for US you have to be present. You have to be present to answer questions. And now, before you go for that interview, these are some of the things I feel you should have prepared for. Number one is, there are certain things any visa officer wants to confirm when you come for a visa interview. There are certain things you must know. This is the direction. This will pull you towards any direction during the interview. But meanwhile, before you go for any interview, we'll come to the questions you are going to prepare for. But before you before you go for the interview, there are necessary documents you need to put in place. Now, for the documents, I will be dividing them into several parts. The documents that will come from the school that admitted you, the documents that will come from you yourself, that is your personal documents. Then there will be financial documents. Yes. So now for the documents that will come from the school that admitted you will be something like I-20. You have to have I-20. This shows that, okay, this school has admitted you. They have given or has looked at all the criteria that is needed, and they have decided to admit you. So they will give you I-20. Aside I-20, you need to pay for service fee. And this service fee, if you're in Africa, or if you're from a country in Africa, not necessarily from Africa, because you may be a UK citizen living in Africa. So if you're a citizen of any African country, I doubt if you can pay for this particular service fee from anywhere you are. So usually people will look for people in the US or UK or wherever, that is acceptable. You have to check which countries they accept their either credit card or debit card or whatsoever, or postal order, or money order, or postal, whatever means you want to pay, MoneyGram, Western Union, they accept all these means of payment. But you have to confirm that this is the particular country that is acceptable for you to use for your payment. If you're in Nigeria, I doubt if you can pay that from any Nigerian bank. I doubt, but you have to make your inquiries. You have to ask people around. But for us, we had to call somebody. I had to call a friend who is in US to help me pay, even though we were in Saudi Arabia at that time. But remember, we were not citizens of Saudi Arabia. We were citizens of Nigeria. So it's not acceptable for you to pay from any bank outside of any payment platform or any payment gateway outside of the US, I think. So I had to call somebody in the US, and then I sent the person money to help me make a money order, and then the person posted it to Service. So for you to get this information, the school will tell you how to go about it, which means you must have gotten your I-20. So once you are done with your service, make sure you print out the receipt. That is the receipt of payment. You make sure you print it out because you will be needing it during your visa interview. Make sure you have your I-20 handy because you also be needing it for visa interview. Now, aside the things the school will give you, now if you have like any assistantship, maybe graduate assistantship, research assistantship, teaching assistantship, whatever form of job, I mean part-time job you got, you have to come with your contract. Make sure you get the contract that they use in offering that job to you, and make sure it's up to date. That is everything that they're paying you and all the work you're going to be doing for that particular office or research lab. Make sure it is properly written because you will also need it for your interview. So this is from the school side, and make sure you get your admission letter handy. Get your admission letter, any necessary emails, that is, I mean, any back and forth email with the school or with any academic advisor that reached out to you. Make sure you have it handy. So any document from the school should be handy, right? The documents for the school, I will repeat. If you have pen, you write it out. If you can Google it, you Google it. But I'm just telling you right away. Your I-20, your service fee payment receipt, your admission letter, your contract if you got any job on campus, or maybe any assistantship, teaching assistantship, research assistantship, or whatever, you have to have it handy as well. Now, for your personal documents, of course, somebody who is going for an interview, for a visa interview, make sure you have all your certificates. Some people will say, oh, don't go with your second high school certificate. I went with mine. I mean, it doesn't hurt. It's not going to take so much space on your document envelope or something. So go with it. Go with your transcript, your diploma, as in like your university certificate. Go with your university certificate. Go with your transcript. Go with your national ID or your NIN. Go with make sure your passport, of course, it should be #1. Also, from your side, go with your printouts, your interview booking printout, your appointments. Go with it. Go with your receipt for payments of visa. Of course, when you fill out your DS-160 form, which is the visa application form, at the end of the day, you will pay for it. That receipt, make sure you go with it. You will book an appointment for your interview. That appointment leave or appointment paper, make sure you go with it. Now, on the financial side, make sure you have your finances correct, because they don't joke with these things. They don't joke with your financial status. So you go with your bank certificates. Some bank will give you bank certificates, while some will not give. But you can get a letter of reference. The bank can refer you that you're a bona fide customer of the bank. Go with your, if possible, most recent statement of accounts. But if it's still within 6 months, they will still accept it. Some people say 1 year. I don't want it to go with 1 year statement. Go with like 6 months statement of accounts. And when you get your I-20, I-20 will tell you what is your, it will tell you your school fees, your tuition, will tell you your living expenses. That is, they call it cost of attendance. Cost of attendance. That is how much money you're going to spend while studying in that school for a whole year. Yes, it's going to list out everything, finances you need to put together. So it will be your tuition, it will be student fee, it will be insurance, health insurance, it will be books, it will be housing, it will be living expenses, it will be books, it will be maybe miscellaneous. So they're going to list it out. Sometimes it runs in tens of thousands of dollars. At the end of the day, it might end up being like $40,000 or $50,000, or even depending the school and how much your tuition is. So they're going to list it out. So whatever documents you're presenting right? Whatever documents you're presenting as your financial document, make sure it will cover the cost. If it's possible, make it match. But if it's like maybe a few hundreds of dollars above what's your cost of living, is okay. But don't, like, maybe your cost of attendance is like $40,000 per annum, and then you're showing a statement that is $200,000 per annum. I mean, it looks somehow. They might feel you're not real, right? Or maybe your cost of attendance is $40,000 and you're showing a financial statement that is like maybe $20,000. It doesn't add up. So that is part of the financial documents you need to have. Like I said, you have your bank statements, you have a bank certificate or letter of reference. You have, if you have, now your financial statements could be in form of a bond. If you have a bond, it could be a treasury bond. It could be as in any money that you can liquidate very easily. Cash, as in any money that can give you cash flow. Your financial statements, your landed property is not included in your financial statements. It's not accepted in your financial statements. Your houses, your properties is not included. The cars, maybe you have a Ferrari, you feel okay if I put it there. No. I'm going to talk about how those ones might help your interview. You could still put all your properties, everything, all the documents and all that into your visa document, visa interview document, but you're not going to present them as financial statements, right? You're not going to present them as financial statements. Then another thing is, if you have been working, like if you have been working and then your financial statement says that your part of your savings is what you're using, make sure you get your letter of employment. Make sure you have your pay stub. If it's possible, get your pay stub or pay slip for maybe a few months. If it's 3 months, if it's 6 months before that interview, get it and make sure that your salary deductions and everything is appropriately written. So aside that, after I told you, I will tell you when the landed properties, the houses or whatever, where they could help you, but not in your financial statements, right? So other documents that you need are, for instance, if you're a member of any prestigious association, please put your membership card or membership certificate in there. If you have received maybe national award and all that, put it there. If you have a company, now listen, if you have a company or you have a non-governmental organization, make sure you put the papers there as well. Now, if your company has a bank account, get it right and add it there. If you're going to be sponsored by someone else that is not you, if you're going to be sponsored by somebody else that is not you, please make sure you get a letter of sponsorship, affidavit of sponsorship from them. Sometimes they may not even ask for that, but make sure you get a letter just to be prepared. Make sure you get a letter of affidavit or affidavit of sponsorship from the person who is sponsoring you. Then you will get their own financial statement as well. And then you get something that is convincing about the money they are giving you. For instance, if it's your father and he has a company, you could get like some stuff from some documents from his company, right? If it's your brother who is living maybe abroad in another country, you could get their particulars also. I mean, their documents to support the fact that you're putting their name down there, that they are going to be sponsoring you. So as I remember other documents, I will be mentioning them alongside other videos. But these are basically the documents you should put together when you're going for a visa interview. Now, they will ask for a specific passport photograph. Make sure you check the aspect ratio, the background, or the way it should be. When you go to some photographers, they already know. Once you tell them you're going for US interview, visa interview, they already know the type of passport you should go with. So when you meet them, tell them, and then they will take a photo of you. And then Either you upload it while you are filling your form out, or you go with a physical passport photograph. And please be organized. Like I said, all these things, see the way I said them, step by step. So be organized. When you're going for that interview, organize yourself. Don't wear something that will make you so uncomfortable. Some places you will wait and get tired. Some places you will sweat. Some places you will feel so cold, depending when you're going for your interview. So when you are going for that interview, organize yourself. Be confident that you merit it. Be confident that you're going to get it. As long as you're genuine, your reason for that interview. I'm still going to get to, how to answer interview questions and how to comport yourself, how to be confident when you're answering those questions, and things you should relate your answers to that will make it very convincing. Now, why should I tell you all this? I should be the one telling you all this because I have cracked this US interview several times, both for B1, B2 visa and for study visa, right? So organize your documents. The documents from your school, your passport should come. The documents from your school should follow. Then your personal documents should follow. Then your financial documents should follow. So that, and make sure you use like paper clips to clip all the different kinds of documents, so that once you're asked for any particular document, you don't just go there and start flipping. Some people will even do like, they will flip. No, you don't need to do that. You need to be confident. You need to be elegant as much as possible. I didn't say go there and make up like you're going for a Christmas party. No, light makeup, be cheerful if you want to. Don't laugh too much. Just a little smile when you greet is okay. You don't have to frown your face. You didn't fight anybody before coming there, right? So these are some of the things you should put in place before you plan to go for your visa interview. So in the next part, I'm going to be talking about what the visa officer actually wants from you, how you should answer some of the questions that will be asked, and I will tell you different areas they will want to ask you questions and how to go about those questions. Okay, so take care till I see you again. Bye. Make sure you share, like, and then follow or subscribe or like, whichever one you want to do. But I'll see you in my next. Take care and bye.